I'm Đura, the time traveler.
And I'm Kronos, the god of time.
And this is my lifestyle time travel blog. And today we will be sorting important historical figures into Hogwarts houses. Now let's have a quick reminder about traits of each house.
So we have Gryffindor, brave, intelligent, but sometimes short-tempered.
Yes.
And what else can we
Loyal.
say? Loyal.
Yes.
But overall, the bravery is the main trait for them.
And impulsiveness.
Yes.
Probably bravery, but combined with impulsiveness.
Couldn't agree more.
Yes.
So we have Slytherin, groundbreaking, amazing, powerful.
No, stop. Ambitious, cunning, resourceful, they don't act on temper, and they have good sense of self-preservation.
Now we have Ravenclaw, the house of wisdom, intelligence, and what else do we say?
They are creative, they are very innovative, but competitive.
Yes. And now we have Hufflepuff, very nice people.
Yes, they're loyal, they're hardworking, they're patient, and sometimes naive. And now let's get to our historical figures.
So first up we have Alexander the Great.
Yes, he was the king of Macedonia and he lived in the 4th century BC. His kingdom spread from the Balkans to Pakistan. His tutor was Aristotle, and Alexander learned from him everything about art, culture, philosophy. He transferred to him love of knowledge, and this influenced so much on Alexander and his style of reign. You know, he was a great conqueror and his kingdom was enormous. But he didn't force Greek way of life on the people he conquered.
So he was very respectful towards other cultures.
Yes, he understood other cultures.
And also he was very charismatic, but short-tempered, right?
Yes, he was a great orator, he had mental dexterity, he had extreme physical endurance, but sometimes he was quick to rage and impulsive.
So this all smells like Gryffindor, so we should put him there, right?
Gryffindor!
So now we have Akhenaton, the pharaoh from New Kingdom. Some would say that he was a heretic and some that he was a complete genius or a madman. Very innovative.
Figure. Yes. And he was a king from the 18th dynasty, and he was first crowned as Amenhotep IV. And he followed traditional Egyptian rules, religion, cults, practices until one point.
He was founder of the first monotheistic religion with one god, Aton, the god of sun.
Yes, and that whole religion was centered around god Aton, pharaoh, king, and his queen. And he also founded new city, Akhenaten, which is now called Tel Magna, and that city became capital of his kingdom. And then he introduced completely new architectural style, completely new art forms. Everything was different than before.
So I would say that he was a complete genius, so he definitely belongs to
Ravenclaw!
So our next candidate is no one than Julius Caesar, very narcissistic, power-hungry, cunning, and also...
But also ambitious, brave, and he was sometimes very kind. He was a great orator, but he was also a general, statesman, and dictator. He was part of the first triumvirate with Pompey and Marcus Licinius Crassus, and he was in charge of the western part of Rome. And he had a lot of battles there and a lot of success. So that is the reason why Senate was extremely afraid of him at one point, and they ordered him to lay down his command. But he said, no, I'm going to get what belongs to me. So he started a civil war, a Roman civil war. And of course he won in that war and he became dictator for life.
What a remarkable man. Julius, you go to
Slytherin!
Next up we have Roman Emperor Nero. He was popular with members of Praetorian Guard, but also he was very popular among lower class people in Rome and hated by Roman aristocracy. A cruel tyrant, self-indulgent,
And debauched. And
Okay.
I would add delusional, perhaps.
Okay.
I would add that.
Explain.
Yes. Why? Well, you see, he's really an interesting figure. He killed his own mother, he also killed his first wife, maybe even his second wife. And the reason why he killed his mother, in his words, was that she was preparing to kill him. And that was, yes, and that was approved by Senate because that actually suited her. That was part of her character. So her reputation preceded her. And after his very controlling mother was killed, his advisor became Seneca, his tutor and famous philosopher. Alongside Burrus, he was the commander of the Praetorian Guard and he advised him on military affairs. Ancient historians say that he was the one who started the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD so he could rebuild the city center. That might be true, might not be true because the fire
I
started.
believe that was true.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, I don't know because Roman was made from combustible materials so the fire could easily spread. He also did a lot of charity and he helped them rebuild their houses. Well, more or less. Let's say
After
like
the
that.
fire that he planted himself.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. Very bipolar.
Yes, but whether he started it or not, he took advantage of it to build his magnificent palace Domus Aurea close to the Colosseum. And one interesting thing is that Olympic Games were postponed because of him. He visited Greece and he wanted to participate in Olympic Games, but he was not very athletic. So, as an emperor, he could do whatever he wanted and he added some categories because he thought that he was really good at singing, dancing and performing and he added some musical singing and dancing disciplines and in each discipline that he participated in he won, including the chariot races, which he didn't actually finish.
She survived.
Yes, he survived, but he didn't finish it and he was crowned a winner. And that's because he bribed the judges, of course. And he was so happy with his visit to Greece that he excluded them from paying taxes. But during his reign, Rome was not militarily very successful, so that cost them. Also, the fire of Rome was a bit expensive because he had to rebuild everything and he wanted to do his grand palace, so that cost a lot. And then Nero decided to raise the taxes. He collected from the treasuries of the temples. He also took all the statues from Greece and other regions. But people were not really happy and they started to plot a revenge against him. And he also lost the support from the Praetorian Guard, which was his biggest support. And because of that, he decided to kill himself.
And his final words were, "What an artist dies in me."
Yes. Really a controversial.
But I'm pretty confused because I don't know where to put him. He
I
had
agree.
many flaws, but also some virtues. Slightly brave as Gryffindor, but also great inventor as Ravenclaw. I don't know.
I don't think that he was great at anything.
No, he
I
had
think
an artistic side.
he was delusional. He thought he had. I think, you know what? I think that if the Sorting Hat asked him, he would ask to go to Gryffindor. I think he's delusional Gryffindor.
Okay, so let it.
I don't know.
So be it.
I mean, he was evil, but why can't Gryffindor be evil?
Point taken. So, dear Nero, you go to
Gryffindor!
Our next remarkable candidate is Archimedes, Greek mathematician, astronomer.
Physicist, engineer, inventor, he was actual genius.
He lived in 3rd century BC, Syracuse, Sicily.
And he was the first to calculate the surface area of circle, spiral, of ellipse, and also the surface area and volume of a sphere. He derived the approximation of pi, and also he proved the principle of lever. He made a lot of machines, really innovative machines, for example Archimedes screw, and those machines helped in the defense of city Syracuse. And allegedly his famous last words were "do not disturb my circles." But that is not the only sentence that he is famous for.
He also said, "Eureka!"
when he actually discovered how to calculate the volume.
Without doubt, he belongs to
Ravenclaw!
Next on the menu we have Cleopatra. She was really charismatic, strategic, ruthless, but also very intelligent. And she probably killed her 2 husbands that were also her brothers.
Yes, Pompey the 13th and Pompey the 14th. And she had a love affair with Julius Caesar, and he was really the playboy of the antiquity. That relationship was also born from mutual gain.
Of course.
He needed her money and she needed his help and his support, military support. And she was actually present. She was in Rome when Caesar was murdered. And later she started a relationship with Mark Antony, which Augustus didn't like. So he declared war on Antony and Cleopatra, as we all know. And because Mark Antony and Cleopatra lost in battles, they were defeated, they committed suicide.
Speaking of suicides, allegedly she allowed the cobra snake to bite her, so she killed herself.
Yes. And where should we put this lovely, cunning, but strategic, ruthless, intelligent lady?
Well, with the irony of killing herself with a snake, I would say she definitely belongs to
Slytherin!
And now we have one brave lady, Agnodice, the first female midwife and physician
in ancient Athens. And she lived during the 4th century BC. It was illegal for women to practice medicine in the ancient Athens. So she disguised as a man and went to Herophilus in Alexandria to study medicine.
Disguised as a man, she would often help other women give birth, and later on she was accused by male physicians for seducing other women because they thought she had more work than them.
Yes, and because they thought she was a man. So they sued her because they thought she was a man. And then she revealed herself at court that she's actually a woman, but then she was charged for illegal practice because, as I said, she was a woman. But influential ladies of Athens defended her, and then the law was changed. So now women could also practice medicine in ancient Athens. This woman helped a lot of people. So where should we put her?
In
Hufflepuff!
And now we have one inspiring poet, Anyte of Tegea.
Yes, she lived around 300 BC and she was one of 9 female poets listed by Antipater of Thessalonica. And she was known for writing epigrams. She wrote groundbreaking epigrams because she introduced pastoral themes to this genre. So she described idyllic landscapes. But she also wrote epitaphs, both for people and for pets, which was really popular at the time. So I think that this delicate soul should be sorted to
In
Hufflepuff!
And those were our picks for Hogwarts houses.
And in comments you can write yours. Thank you for watching this video, and you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, send to all, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye.